Welcome to Workshop Wednesday for Jurassic World Evolution 3, a weekly showcase of the best in the workshop. It's the thing every YouTuber is doing, but I'm not just gonna show you the most elaborate epic builds, I'm also showing my favorite park building essentials. Some versatile basics that are going to make your parks better and your life easier. This first episode is a big one. I've grouped everything in a way that I hope makes sense, and it only makes sense to start with some arrival points. The first of which is the train arrival station by Kokushiro, and I have made a modification of this to include the monorail glitch. As you can see, the train station itself comes with a beautifully built train, but I think it just works so well in combination with the monorail glitch to actually have a working train running through. But this functions as an arrival point. I've removed the arrival point building so I can have multiple arrival points on one map to show you. But yeah, it functions. It functions even better, I think, with the monorail glitch included. And it looks so beautiful. It's so realistic. Look at the clock on this thing. It is fantastic. Here comes the train through again. I just love watching this. This is so fun. There it comes. So yeah, if you're still working through the campaign and you're about to start your first sandbox park, I can highly recommend that you use this as your entry point, because it's just so fantastic, so realistic. And then you could have the train coming through. If you don't know how to do the monorail glitch, I've done a video about that. I will link it at the top and at the end for you to check out. The next arrival point I want to show you is Bob's boat arrival point. Now, I personally struggled to get the water as nicely around it as was shown in the workshop image. This is a functional arrival point, but if you use a trick that I've shown in my lagoon tips video, you can remove the arrival point building, like the gray box, and then you can place it freely wherever you want to add it. So right here, I just have the boat itself. I can even sink it if I want. And I just think this is such an awesome build to honestly just use it as a boat throughout your park, like an actual river cruise somewhere. I think that would be super cool. Now, just like how this boat is now non-functional, I've removed the arrival point building. There was also an arrival building with no function. It's just like an empty shell, but it looks so beautiful. This is by Call Me Sam, and that's someone who I regularly see in the live stream chat, so that's super cool. And let me drop us down in here. Look how amazing that is as an arrival building. And you can go in here. Look at that. This is so beautiful. And then you can go through. Oh, I'm too fat. But you should be able to go through and get your tickets. And there's the T-Rex statue. Oh, it's so good. The skylight above. What an absolutely amazing building. And obviously, if you go in here, edit the group, you can remove the lettering and you can apply your own custom park sign, like your own park's name to this building. And I think it's absolutely fantastic. Just look at this. Oh, I love that they've suspended part of the skeleton. That's so clever. Oh man, you guys are knocking it out of the park, if you'll excuse the pun. Next up, we have this little parking lot by Evolution Circle. I didn't see that at first, I promise. I just really like this parking lot. There's several parking lots on the workshop. A lot of them are quite big, you know, if you want to go for that full-on realism. I especially like this one because it's small. You know, you don't have to waste too much space, too many pieces on the parking lot. And what I also thought was really clever is that they included these tunnels to, like, you know, pretend that the roads go out into the actual world, into civilization. And then you can just easily attach this parking lot to whatever arrival point you choose. So that's it for the arrival points. Now I want to show you some guest buildings, starting with this large hotel by Fawn. And it's like this fairy fantasy sort of treehouse hotel. And what's extra nice about it, at nighttime, it looks like that. I think it's adorable. Oh my gosh, look at this. Now, you might have already seen this because it is one of the most popular, one of the most downloaded items. So yeah, you might have seen it pop up in the workshop yourself, but I had to showcase this. This is so whimsical and cheerful and fun. I had to show it. The next hotel is this beauty right here, Prehistoric Pines, and this is the type of aesthetic that I adore. This is made by Serpentines, and it is gorgeous. Honestly, like my first sandbox park building series is gonna be in the desert, but this makes me think we need to get started on an alpine park build ASAP as well, because this is my vibe. And it even includes people sitting on the balconies. Like, how clever is that? So it feels alive. All the rooms are taken, and of course they are, because this is a beautiful hotel. I would also be staying here. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I have one more hotel to show you, and that's this Jurassic Park themed hotel. And this one is by TGK72. And what I love about this is the tower aspect. I really feel like our parks need... Oh, spoiler. I really feel our parks need elevation, not just with the terrain, but in the buildings as well. They need the height. They need the drama. And I think this looks so fantastic. But it's not just the tower that's really, really cool and really sold it to me, but also the amount of detail on the back with the hot tub and the swimming pool and all of the lounge chairs around it, the patio, the bar at the back. It's all so fantastically done. I cannot wrap my mind around this. Look at this. It even has like this staff entrance point with a loading bay. So much attention to detail here, and really cool. The gate up front. Ooh, we'll get there, I have so much cool stuff to show you. From the hotels, we go to the one shop I want to highlight, and that is the Lego store. Let me get down to ground level for this one. There you go! Now, anybody who knows me knows exactly why I'm excited about this. I love Lego. I have a pretty extensive Lego collection. So when I saw this on Reddit, actually, and I was like, yes, I need to find that in the workshop ASAP. It's so good with the Lego bricks out front. This brilliant Lego shop is by Bonnie2132. Next up, we have the thing I've been teasing you with in the background, and it is a Ferris wheel. This is made by Blue, and I am speechless. Look at the detail on like the little, I don't know, what would you call these? Like the carriage, or I don't know, but so much detail. Oh man, this is so fun. And this again goes into what I said, right? We need stuff with height in our parks, and this is perfect for that. I think I'm going to be placing a Ferris wheel in every single park I build, because this is so much fun. All right, so again, this is the Ferris wheel by Blue, and I kind of struggled to find, like after I downloaded it, I struggled to find it, but it is an activity center. That's what they call it nowadays. So in attractions, and then this thing right here. So, you know, your cinemas, your climbing walls, your aquariums, that stuff. That's where the Ferris wheel is at. Yeah, I couldn't find it. So, you know, if you download it and you can't find it, now you know where it is. Next up is this absolutely breathtaking Asian Cretaceous cruise by Dragon Hollow. I cannot look at this. All of the lights, the architecture, the like elaborate dock structure that goes all around it. It's like a little, you know, a little Asian city, Asian village built on the water. My boat's stuck, that's my fault. But look how incredible this is. I cannot stop looking at this. There they come. Now they have no issue coming out of the building. From a functional attraction to a non-functional one, and that is this viewing platform with attached bridge, and this is by Hihu TV. And what's really fun, after I downloaded it, I actually recognized this is my bridge. Like, this is a modification, a really nice modification, because they switched out the railing as well. But this is a modification of my bridge. Maybe actually they entirely rebuilt it. They rebuilt it. It's made out of wood. Oh my god, but they like recreated it. It's like the exact same like architecture. Anyway, I recognized this after I downloaded it, but that's not why I got it. I just think this looks so cool. So you would attach this part, you know, to your park's infrastructure, to the pathing, and then, you know, using your imagination, guests would cross the bridge and they would go into this beautiful circular wooden viewing platform that is just out into a habitat. This gets me so excited to build habitats. I love this. I love this structure so much. The next one is something you might have already seen as well, so I'll keep it quick. But it's this hatchery right here, and this is by Flying Hedgehogs. I think it is the most downloaded and most upvoted item on the workshop, and well deserved. It looks so cool. And what I especially love about it is that it reinvents the shape of the hatchery, right? It just goes full on circular with it. So I like that. They thought outside of the box. They left the predetermined shape of the hatchery behind, and they did their own thing, and dang, they did a fantastic thing. Now we're gonna get into the smaller stuff, but don't click away, because this is actually the park building essentials that you're gonna use over and over again throughout your parks, and it's gonna make your life so much easier, and it's gonna make your parks look so much more detailed without you having to spend hours building this stuff yourself. The first one I want to highlight, again, super simple, but it just saves you the time of having to do this yourself. These are the signs by Bear Chicken, and yeah, you can build these yourself. It's just a couple of pieces, but having someone else already done the legwork for you just saves you some time, and you can easily place these signs throughout your park. In a similar vein, we have these era gates, and these are by, let me look up, iPack. And well, for starters, they're super awesome looking gates. I love the modern Jurassic World vibes of it. And this is just really fun to create different themed areas within your park, and it saves you the trouble of having to do this yourself. Also, very easy to modify this yourself. Like, just take off the Jurassic lettering, and then you can replace it with whatever you want. Like, whatever themed areas you have within your park, you can use that. Like, carnivore, herbivore, lagoon, aviary, that sort of stuff. Sticking with signs, we have this information sign, which is so clever. This is by the Humming Bear, and I think this is adorable to put throughout your parks. But I also want to point out that, you know, this one is very, you know, rustic themed with the wooden beams. I would just recommend that you go into this and you replace the wooden beams with maybe concrete or whatever to like modernize it to make it even more versatile. And, you know, you can make easy, simple modifications to these builds to make them applicable to whatever style of park you are building. So, for example, for my desert style park, I might tweak it to look more like this. And it's just a really simple case of replacing a couple of pieces. You have to remember with these like workshop items, yeah, they're amazing time savers if you just want to use them as is. But don't forget, with modular building, you can make slight alterations to fit your park perfectly. Next up, we have this adorable lagoon sign. This is made by the Phalian. Amazing name. Look at the little spitting baby velociraptor hatching from its egg. But yeah, I thought this was super cute. They have one for the aviary as well, but I wanted to highlight this one because I think it's just... yeah, I think it's adorable. The next sign is this super cool river adventure sign, which also splashes guests with water as they approach the river adventure. And this one is by Dinosaur Podcast. And I just love how creative it is. Like, look at the little footprints on the rock. Super cool. And it's double-sided. Look at that. Now, I already showed you these gates, but I have a couple more, starting with this one. And this one needs to be appreciated at night. Look at that. That is so badass. I love that so much. The torches on this, like, rusty girder type of archway. So cool. You can add your own lettering, your own signage to it to suit your own park. Look how it's built. It's just built out of rusty metal girders. Obviously, it looks fantastic in daytime as well. This gate is by Longbow, and I highly recommend that you get it from the workshop, as is the case with all of these items. The next gate is this carnivore country gate that I placed slightly too high. Oh, but they're all individual pieces. Hold on. I don't know if that is like a bug or something, but sometimes when I place a blueprint from someone else, like all of the items are loose. They're like not connected, so you can't easily select the whole thing. Super cool little build though, and a really nice start to a themed area within your park all about carnivores. Again, I keep stating the same thing, but obviously you can change the letters and, you know, repurpose it for whatever you want. This one is made by Datasaurus. The last archway that I want to show you is this hyper modern archway, and this is by KBX. And again, this one shines at night. There it is. Look at that. I love that like hyper modern LED look that it has to it, with the Jurassic emblems on there, the blue flags. It has some seating, some planters. It has the whole 9 yards. It has like a little bit of realism as well, with like a fire extinguisher. Seriously, what a blessing it is to have like people playing this game who are like, I don't know, designers, architects, like so much talent within the community, and we can all reap the benefits of that. Next up, I have a couple of decorations that I want to show you, starting with this T-Rex Jurassic Park themed fountain. And this one is by Chris E. And again, it's a fairly simple fountain, but it just saves you the time to have to make this. And you can reuse this all over your park and just really, in a really simple, quick way, spruce up a plaza. Similarly, we have a Jurassic World fountain. This one is by Lieutenant Chomsky. And what a beaut. Oh my gosh, this one is awesome. And you can just imagine this at the center of your guest plaza like a crown jewel. Just plopping this down is going to save you the time of having to design an awesome fountain like this yourself. Like if you even can. Look at that, that's so detailed with like the fences around it, little brick border, all of the rocks in there. Another nice little fountain to use throughout your parks is this Stegosaurus family fountain. Love the use of the flower beds all the way around, the benches, the trash bins. Just a really versatile fountain that you can place anywhere. The Stego fountain is by Sofa. What a funny name. Next up is a bit of an odd one. You might be thinking, what is going on here? So this is a light effect by Tacky Zach, and you'll see what the purpose is when I turn it to night. There you go. How clever is that? So they shone a bright light on the T-Rex skull to create this shadow effect, and I have made a slight modification of it right here. So what I've done is I've angled the skeleton, I've made the rock behind it a bit larger, so you can see that you get like a more dramatic, more separated skull shadow effect. Now this is a case of the chicken or the egg. I don't know which came first, but I also saw this effect, this trick done on a YouTube channel by the name of Cleo. So I just wanted to shout that out as well, just in case they were the first to discover it or something. But obviously, you know, different people can discover the same cool ideas. You guys know how much I love bridges, so of course I had to showcase a bridge on the first workshop Wednesday, and that is this one right here. This bridge is by Lino, and it's a super simple bridge, but I absolutely adore how simple it is because it makes it just more versatile, more useful in any park. It's just gonna fit right in. It has really skinny support struts underneath, a nice wooden deck over top with, yeah, like this square, this square viewing area on top, and it just looks really, really good. The size of this is also perfect because the water brush is quite sizable, it's quite big, so this one can nicely bridge a canyon that also includes water in it. This cute little bench rest area is by Alex CA1112 that I wanted to show you. Again, something you can just place anywhere in any park. It's gonna look really nice, a nice resting area for your guests. And right by it, you could place this playground, which was made by Eva Geneva. And I love how much realism this brings to your park, because you know, most modern zoos and theme parks have a little playground area like this for the kids to get rid of like all their energy before they move on to the next exhibit. So this is just really, really fun. Look at the neon raptor there. And it has benches off to the side for the tired parents to look over their children. Let me get rid of the grass so you can better appreciate it. There you go. So we just looked at a whole bunch of like guest-oriented stuff. Let's move over to habitats, staff, dinosaurs-oriented stuff, starting with this right here. And these are gate connectors by Medi. So what's really cool in Jurassic World Evolution 3 is that you can use rocks and terrain as a natural barrier. But Medi asked a valid question. How do you nicely connect that to the actual functional gates that you need on a habitat? Well, they built these awesome things. Let me move them. So this is just a concrete structure that you can clip like partially onto your gates and then also partially into whatever like natural border that you have around your habitat. And again, it doesn't just work with rocks, but it works with the terrain as well. So if I quickly showcase that. And just like that, it nicely meets up with the terrain. This is some big brain stuff. This is so smart. And this is, again, one of those pieces that I think you're going to be using like potentially hundreds of times throughout your parks, especially if you want your campaign parks and your challenge mode parks to look a little bit nicer. You're gonna need to add a gate. But if you slap these two things on either side of it, it's just gonna look so much better. This next one is, I think, gonna be one of the most popular items in the workshop, as it should be. This is the iconic raptor paddock from Jurassic Park. And this was made by ZSH Place, which is also a fantastic YouTube channel, one of the Planet Zoo builders that has come over to Jurassic World Evolution 3. And ZSH Place is currently working on a movie-accurate recreation of Jurassic Park in Jurassic World Evolution 3. So check that out if you want to see a recreation. I don't personally like doing recreations, so that's why I'm pointing you to ZSH Place. And we're gonna move on to some animal enrichment items, which I thought was so smart. These are by Evil3336, and you can just, you can place the different ones throughout the habitats. And this is so fun. Obviously, they don't function. The dinosaurs don't actually interact with them, but it creates a really fun illusion in your habitats that they can and do use this to play with, to rub against. So clever. Like, I can't sing the praises of that Jurassic World Raptor paddock often enough, but at the same time I wonder, how often are you really gonna use that? This sort of stuff you can just use in every habitat, in every park, and I love that. I love the versatility of workshop items. Another thing you can add to your habitats is a sauropod feeder. I might be one of the only people who misses the sauropod feeders from Jurassic World Evolution 1, so, maybe I'm the only person to get excited about this item, but I think this is super fun to add to your sauropod habitats and pretend that they need this to feed from. This sauropod feeder is by Dino DJ. Next up, I have two additions to the gates, and this is for our staff. The first one that I have right here, and I need to make sure that I say the right one. This is Gate Surveillance by Anonymous. And you can place it over, you know, a Jurassic Park gate like this. And you can imagine that your staff can climb up here, look over the fence into the habitat, and yeah, monitor the habitat as your jeeps come in and out. And then there's this other one. I couldn't decide. They are both so cool. This other one is Utility Gate by Taters. It includes the ATV. And I just, this sort of level of detail gets me really excited. I showed a quick little dome in my lagoon tips video, and everyone was asking me to upload that dome to the workshop, but it really wasn't a great dome. This one is much better, and this one is by Dino T-Rex. It's a really simple dome, so I do recommend that you spruce it up with details yourself. But this is like a good blank canvas for you to use if you are looking for a dome to maybe build like a greenhouse or something like that. So this is just something that I know people were looking for. So here it is, a much nicer dome than the one that I quickly built. Then we have this Firewatch Tower, and this is by JW2019MK. And it's a Firewatch Tower, but I will personally just imagine it as like a little ranger outpost. So you could put this in your like larger habitats. You'd imagine that a ranger jeep would drive up here. One of the rangers would hop off, climb the tower, and surveil the habitat like that and make sure no shenanigans are going on. I have two more builds to show you, and those are both to do with the lagoon. And the first one is this super fun lighthouse. I specifically went looking for a lighthouse. There were a couple of them, but this one just had like the super iconic shape with the red and white coloring. And I just love this thing. It's so fun. Like, that looks so good on a little island in a lagoon. This lighthouse is by Skenosaurus, and yeah, as with all of these items, I highly recommend that you get it. The last item of this first Workshop Wednesday is this epic, impressive hydro dam. And this is built by someone whose name is, I don't know how to say this, I don't know how I'm supposed to say this, DSHBWLTO, and they specifically built this in response to my lagoon tips videos, so that just makes it extra awesome for me. I'm so honored that my video inspired you to build something as epic as this. This is amazing. This blows my mind. Look at that. So this is based on my tip to have waterfalls flow out of the lagoon. And this person just built this jaw-dropping hydro dam to fit with that idea. Thank you so much for building this. I will definitely be using this. And if you're still here and you haven't checked out my video with 5 tips for the lagoons, I'm linking it right here. It's really a game changer for the lagoons. And I've also done a 5 tips video for the aviaries. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, enjoy the game.